Welcome back to another episode of Excuse My Grandma. It's Kim and my co-host,
Grandma Gail.
Grandma, what is up with you?
Well, we have had the busiest weekend. I mean, it was President's Weekend. We were all both in Florida, and we had our show of a magazine that we're featured on the cover, which is called Spotlight. And it was very exciting, Kim. We had to go for a fitting to look pretty for the opening party of the magazine. So we did that at the Caroline Herrera showroom. No, actually not the showroom, the store on Worth Avenue. So that was pretty.
Yeah,
And
New York sent us some things from Carolina Herrera to try on because that's what we were wearing in the cover of the magazine. And we were also wearing Dolce & Gabbana in the magazine.
which I thought was beautiful as well. Actually, that my favorite picture is inside the magazine. I thought we were standing inside a frame. So anybody who looks online, look at all the pretty photos because they really were beautiful. And the magazine itself is really, really a lovely quality.
We couldn't hold the frame in the way that the photographer
That was so
wanted,
funny.
So we just asked for a little stool to have it sit on, but I thought it looked good.
No, it looked really good. It was very creative, and the people who did the photography were really talented young people. So we were really very appreciative, and we both were happy. And there was no photoshopping, so it looked really good.
Yeah, and there was obviously an interview inside the magazine as well, which was kind of a fun question answer, as well as some dating tips from both of us.
And I think people can find the magazine online, Kim. I think, don't they?
It's available online, and it's also available if you're in the Florida Palm Beach area or in the Hamptons. But I think the best bet is to get it online.
And be part of our journey because it really was fun, and you'll all enjoy looking at the pictures. There was one very cute. Somebody said to me, "Oh, Kimmy was so cute. She was like 3 years old, sitting on a pony."
Yeah, because we sent some old family photos for it.
That was fun too. So that was really fun.
We send out direct links to everything we do kind of in our newsletter. So if it's easier, just subscribe to our newsletter and the email comes out every week and you can find all of the things we've been up to. We link to things we've been wearing and we linked to the article this week. So things like that. So check that out. If you just go to our link in our bio on Instagram, we have it linked in there.
And we had a lot of fans of ours since it took place in Florida. A lot of people we know came over and wished us luck and wished the magazine editor was there as well, so she got kudos, and she looked very pretty in a green dress. She looked lovely. So it was really a fun night, and we had fun with family, and Kimmy had some friends for the weekend here, so we all celebrated together after the show. We went for dinner.
It was nice, even posting our photos on Instagram and TikTok and people commenting that they're proud of us and all of these things, and it's nice because I feel like it's a thing for our entire community to be proud of as well, and it felt nice to hear from everybody.
Yeah, so thank you everybody, and if those who haven't seen the article, look it up online. You'll really get a kick out of it.
I'm still tired from having my friends stay the weekend.
Well, Kimberly, no, it's not from your friends. You had 2 or 3 what do they call it, coffee martinis or whatever espresso martinis. Who can drink so much? So you were hungover on Sunday.
I'm tired all the time, and we celebrated my birthday on Saturday, and I wanted to make sure I was awake and charming.
Well, you were
for
certainly
everyone.
awake on Saturday,
Yeah,
but
so I
Sunday
didn't
you
sleep
died.
that night. I slept 2 hours, and then the next morning I was like, oh gosh. But I had a little 60s theme party at my family's house, and then went to Cucina until pretty late, which is one of the bars here on Palm Beach, and it was fun.
Yeah, that's fun. It's fun to celebrate. It's really good. Now, according to that liquor, I was reading, actually, there was a big article this morning in the Journal. You know, I'm always reading things, that they have finally made a definitive answer that drinking wine and red wine, which, for a very long time, everybody said if you have one glass of red wine, it was good for your heart, that it's all baloney. They've now proven absolutely categorically it has no effect to the heart. You can enjoy it. and still like it. But it has you're not drinking it for health benefit. I mean,
But then
that was
there's
a
going to
theory.
be another article that comes out next
probably.
week saying that article didn't prove whatever. Like,
Right.
there's always in science like opposing
That's true.
evidence.
That's true. But I want everyone to say you could limit you don't need 2 espresso martinis. One would have been sufficient, and certainly 1 glass of wine is definitely sufficient.
When you're celebrating, it's okay. But yeah.
Well,
did
now
not
you're on
feel
a
good the
dry
next day.
January
It's
and February.
the end of
You have to
February.
You have to take February instead of January as a dry
Well, it's
month.
already messed up because it's the end. So maybe March.
Okay.
But my actual birthday is coming up this weekend as
And
well.
we're so tired of celebrating your birthday. You are not the Queen of England. This is too much celebrating. So, but I think we're just going to go as a family. We're going to go down to Delray because I hear there's a fabulous sushi place that Mom had gone to, and so we're going to
But then
try
I'm going to
that.
go back to New York, and my friends in New York are going to want to take me out for my birthday.
Well, that's up to you. I can't take any more celebrations. I've
It
had
kind of
enough.
is like, I don't feel like it's a deserved one. Like it was also with this magazine cover at my birthday back to
Right.
back. I'm like, I don't want to keep asking people to be like, yay, Kim. But
But all right,
It's
you
what it
got
is.
another week.
exactly. And 28 hopefully will be a good.
It's always
year.
a good year. It'll be a good year. So, and maybe peace on earth and goodwill towards man. We need that, especially.
That's what I'll wish for. with the
Exactly.
birthday candles. Actually, we did bring out a birthday cake at my party, and it like wasn't lighting, maybe because we were outside.
Oh.
And so like my friends brought like one of those long lighters and kept
Right.
like lighting it. And so then I just pretended and I was like, oh, thank you.
Well, was it a trick candle?
No.
Oh.
Eventually it caught. It was
Okay.
just like,
Okay.
a little.
But did they like the Publix cake?
Oh, everybody loves a Publix
That's the
cake.
best. I don't understand how they make the best chocolate cake with buttercream. It's better than anybody else's cake. It's so delicious there.
I wanted to come back at 2 a.m. to eat that cake. And of course, it was already in the trash.
Oh, that's no good.
I know, unfortunate, but it was nice. I was thinking about like when it comes to dating though, when your partner does have a big like life momentous, or not even that big, but like an accomplishment in their
Right.
job or in their personal life, like what are the best ways to kind of support them?
Well, I think just being around is a very big plus. I mean, when somebody gets a promotion in a job or when somebody does something really well,
Yeah.
you always like to have the people you love around you. And just being there in the background, not necessarily up front, but being there in the background, knowing that you're in the room where it happens, I think that's very important for people. And you really have to realize that. I even remember giving birth, which is not exactly the same kind of occasion. It's probably the most momentous thing that a woman can do. It's wonderful, even though you're not feeling in the best mood, to have your spouse or your
Isn't it a
partner
push
in the
present?
room.
You get a push present.
Well, I'm not even talking about afterwards. I'm talking about at the actual event itself. Just being in the room there, holding someone's hand and being supportive. Things are always better when shared with loved ones.
How do you feel like Poppy was supportive of the magazine?
Oh, I think Poppy loved it. He was walking around.
He came to
carrying-
the party.
He came to the party. He showed everybody the magazine afterwards. He was handing them out. It was really I think everybody was very proud of the event, and as they should be. And it was a fun night. So, but I think that's part of what makes an occasion special is when you have people around you that also look up to the event and are excited about it. It's just not your event. It's a whole community's event. And so I think that's very important. And I think that's a life lesson to know if you do well on an exam, if you do well passing the bar, if you do well when you graduate medical school, you do well when you graduate high school. It should be shared with everyone so that you really feel like the whole community is behind you.
So do you have any headlines that you want to talk about this week?
Well, this week's headlines were really just, unfortunately, we're having an awful lot of gun violence again. So that's really an awful lot of what's going on in the headlines. But it's not, it's young people, again, with guns, whether it's gang related or just they're having an argument and they resort to guns. There has to be something that we can do as a community at large to get these guns off the street and get young people away from thinking that's the way to solve a problem. There has to be some kind of parental control. And I actually believe in parental responsibility. If a young person does shoot somebody, as they even did after the Super Bowl. These were young kids in Kansas City shooting. They were mad at each other, and other people got in the way, and people were killed and hurt. Somebody has to assume responsibility besides the young people. Where are the parents? Where are the community leaders who do talk to these kids and hopefully try to influence them? So we have to really do a better job. We're not doing it. And that really was the thing that struck me in the headlines, that, out of a wonderful, joyous event, which was the Super Bowl, and the team actually has been very, very supportive of the victims' families and the people who were still in the hospital and recovering. It takes more than those celebrities. Everybody should be behind this movement of getting young people away from violence. And I don't know the answer. If I knew it, I'd be standing up there and shouting it from the rooftop. But we certainly need to come up with some changes in society.
Okay, we are going to end out the episode with some listener questions of the week.
Okay, Kim, let's hear them.
Okay, Grandma, a question we get often: how do you stay in shape?
Well, I was in better shape, I think, when I came down here because I was doing a lot more walking in New York than I do here.
Oh, I think the opposite.
I know you do, but I don't. I like to walk on the streets of Manhattan. Mm-hmm. And down here, I seem to be getting in the car all the time. So that is a problem. I don't walk as much as I should. And since I haven't been playing golf, I don't do as much exercise. But I do walk. My answer is I don't eat that much. I think as you get older, you really don't love eating a big meal, but I do still snack on some nuts and stuff like that and some M&Ms. So okay. You'll have to forgive me.
This is a question we get a lot since you always show people your white button downs. How do you keep the collars clean and the shirts so white?
Well, most of my shirts are the ones that you just throw in the washing machine and you put them in a dryer lightly and then hang them up. They don't really need much pressing. Sometimes you go over the collars a little bit with a little bit of a steam iron, but most of them are just very wearable. They don't need much maintenance. So I specifically don't buy ones that you have to have dry cleaned. I mean, the silk ones, of course, you need to do, but I don't wear those every day. But the cotton ones that I wear all the time basically you don't need much ironing. At the most, it's just a tiny bit.
What fashion mistakes has Gail made?
Oh, I'm sure I've made loads of fashion mistakes over the years. What happens is when I deviate from what really looks well on me, I look very well in tailored clothes, simple, and because I'm short and petite and have always had the same basic body type. So I don't look for something that I know is going to look great on a woman who's 5'10". It just wouldn't work on me. So I have to, think petite, think simple, and I usually stick with one color. I don't like to do a lot of different prints and different colors on tops and bottoms, unless it's black and white, because I find that cuts you in half and you don't get as elongated look. So if I wear white, I usually wear a white top and a white bottom. If I wear black, it's usually all black, or a little bit of white in it, but you have to keep the colors together. I'm going to wear something actually tomorrow. I'm going to a luncheon. I'm wearing a light lilac, pretty suit, but it's all one color. Mm-hmm. So if, I don't break the body up into different sections because my shape just doesn't carry it off.
That's a good tip.
And by the way, you should wear the similar color shoes on the bottom.
Grandma, how long do you think someone should stay in a great relationship, but that is not progressing?
Well, that's a hard question because it depends what you're looking for out of it. If you're just looking to have a relationship with someone and not go into marriage, then don't rock the boat. But if one person does want to go into marriage and have a family with that person, and the partner does not want that, then I hate to say it, but you have to break it off because it's not going to work. No one really changes their mind about that, especially if you've been in it a while, not a couple of months. But if you're saying you've been in a couple of years and the relationship hasn't gone to the next stage, I don't think it's ever going to go there.
What is your comfy evening clothing choice?
Well, my comfy evening clothing is basically probably just a little more dressy than my daytime. Usually a pair of nice light wool pants and either a pretty sweater with it or, a jacket with a tank underneath it. But nothing really dressy because my lifestyle now is really very casual. I don't wear dresses or high heels like we used to. So, it's basically casual restaurants down here where I live. And in New York, we go in our neighborhood restaurants as well. So it's a much more casual lifestyle look.
Grandma,
And it can look good, but just accessorize it a little cuter.
Grandma, do you have celebrity friends?
No, except for Kim.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
my only celebrity friend.
I guess each other.
No,
if
I
you
guess,
consider
I know some designers and stuff like that, but not movie stars or anything like that. But if they want to meet us, we'd be more than happy.
Yeah, I'll send you my number if you ask. Okay, great. Another great episode of Excuse My Grandma. Follow us on social media. We're at Excuse My Grandma. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.